Well guys, this is Jacko from Muddy Tiger Outdoors, and lately I've been very busy. I haven't been able to go out camping. I haven't been able to get out to the woods and enjoy a night out, overnight or camping, things like that. So I decided, there's a lot of things to review, there's a lot of things to try out, and I definitely need to sleep outside. So there's the door to my house. This is my backyard. There's my dog somewhere behind there. There she is. And there's my grass. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the tent. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the tarp, and we're gonna have us a camping night in the backyard. So stick around. So that's pretty much the setup for tonight. And if you're curious as far as what I'm using for this backyard camp out, well, this is the tent right here. That's the Shangri-La Nest, and it's a very decent tent. It's actually a tent that a very nice viewer sent me, and it's I've used it a couple of times, and this is the first time I'm put it on the video. But that's the one. There's the Shangri-La 1 Nest, and of course it's supposed to have a tarp or a cover for it, but it didn't come with a cover. But still, I've been able to use it with a tarp. And speaking of which, the tarp for today, this is the One Tigress 10x10 tarp, and this is a tarp that One Tigress sent me. They asked me if I wanted to, use it, see if I like it, see if I don't. So I've been kind of setting it up in the backyard last couple of days, just leaving it out, see how it does against the sun, against the wind. And so far so good. So I haven't slept in it or underneath it, so today will be the first night that we managed to do that. So pretty cool setup. Now we're not expecting a whole lot of wind today, so it'll be fine as it is. In fact, right now it's 100 degrees outside. It's 5:42, so it's pretty late. And of course, at night it's probably going to drop to 80 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so it will be pretty hot. That's why I have that kind of setup, just to make sure that I have enough breeze. Alright guys, so it's time to go to bed. So I've got a couple things to bring in. I've got my old sleeping bag. I have Mrs. Parker Ridge awesome camp pillow, which you've seen in another video. I'll show it to you again. And I've got a flashlight, and this is a new flashlight to me. I've never used it, so pretty decent flashlight. It has several different settings, so I'll just keep it just in case I need to illuminate at night. So let's go ahead and throw everything in. And inside we go. Tell you what guys, it is hot out here. I'm not gonna need the sleeping bag, so it's basically just gonna be a sleeping mattress. Since I don't have an inflatable mattress yet, it's basically gonna be just my surface, so I can be a little bit more comfortable. The grass is fairly soft. I don't think it's gonna be a problem, but it's just gonna make it a little bit more more comfortable. So Alright guys, so I'm pretty much settled. Very comfortable in here, aside from just being a little hot. Definitely very doable. And I don't know if you can see, but I have my awesome Mrs. Parker Ridge pillow already out of the little pouch. I don't think a night would be complete without this awesome pillow. So you know, I've been using it. I used it in another video, and I've been kind of just using it every now and then just to kind of get a feel for it, and it's absolutely awesome. It's a great little comfortable pillow. Again, Mrs. Parker Ridge, she basically crafted these, makes these by hand, and I think they're awesome. I think it's a great idea. She definitely knows what she's doing, and I appreciated that she sent me one just to try it out. Again, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but that's the feet feet end of the Shangri-La tent. This is the Shangri-La one. Definitely enough space just for one person. I'm not a big guy, and you know, it's a little bit more narrow towards the feet area. It's a little bit wider over here, where your head or your upper body goes. But it's definitely not a bad little tent. There's enough space for your gear, things. I would imagine if I had a backpack with me, the backpack would have to stay outside, because I don't think there's enough room unless I push it all the way to the bottom. But then again, my foot is already almost touching the opposite end of the tent. But not a bad setup at all. Alright guys, so I did have to go back into the house to get some a little bit more comfortable things to wear, or a t-shirt and a short or a pair of shorts, because I realized earlier that I was still wearing my cargo shorts, and I was like, yeah, the house is right there, so might as well just get something a little bit more comfortable. And those are the perks of backyard camping. Now, one of the reasons why I'm doing backyard camping is now I have a backyard. If you guys follow the channel, very recently my wife and I just bought a house, and we lived in an apartment before, so obviously we didn't have a backyard. We didn't have anywhere to set up like this. And you know, if I wanted to set up something like this and show it in a video, I was having to go to my parents' house and just set it up there, which is pretty nice. They just live you know, about 5 miles from here, so it's pretty handy. But now that I have my own backyard, I can start trying out setups like these and make sure they work before I head out to the woods and do an overnighter. And I think it's a very wise thing to do. There's a lot of guys, or a lot of people, that do this kind of stuff. You know, setting up, trying out a few setups and trying out a few things before you head out and do the real thing. I know, for example, one of those guys that pretty much has a hammock laboratory is Mr. Bruce from Nature Calls, and you know, I think that's a very wise thing to do, just to make sure that your gear is going to function and you know how to set up your stuff before you actually head out to the wild and do the real thing. So anyway, that's kind of the purpose of this video, and the purpose of doing this kind of stuff. That plus, I really wanted to do this. I really been needing a night out in the woods or beneath the stars, and but I have been so busy that it just hasn't been possible. But now it is. So at least I'm in the backyard, right? Well, anyway, guys, I'm just gonna browse my phone just a little bit longer, and it's definitely time to go to sleep. It's about 11:30, so definitely a little bit tired. I've been active most of the day, so you know, I'm starting to feel it. So you know, I'll just probably bring you guys in the night if something happens, or if something interesting comes to my mind if I wake up, and if not, we'll just see you guys in the morning. So Morning. Oh man. Tell you what, I don't think it was the most comfortable night ever. Two things. The first one, I do need an inflatable mattress. It's this one is, you know, the grass is soft, but not that soft. And two, it was too hot. I don't think the temperature has dropped more than 85 degrees, to be honest, Fahrenheit. And you know, I feel like I'm kind of sticky. You know, not sweating, but just a little sticky. And when you're sleeping and it's hot, it's not very pleasant. It's yeah, it's just not pleasant. The thing about the tent is that you know, the netting, and if you can't see it here, the netting is the spaces in between the holes, or the little holes, they're very tiny, so the wind or the breeze doesn't come through enough for you to get enough wind. So I know there was more breeze outside, but you know, it wasn't quite coming into the tent to cool me off. That can be an advantage or a disadvantage if you're hot. Of course, it's a disadvantage. But if it's a little cooler outside and you're trying to keep you know, a limited amount of heat inside of the tent, then it's definitely an advantage. So of course, you know, we didn't expect any rain. We didn't expect any anything to fall from the sky. So obviously the tarp is just there to kind of, you know, as a shelter. And I'm glad I had it, because the moon the moon was so bright last night. So and it was coming from this direction, so I'm glad I had it, because it basically covered me from the light of the moon. It's almost like having the sun right on top of you. So the tarp did a great job there with shielding me from the light of the moon. So pretty cool. Oh man. Man, it's already so hot out here. Well guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go back in to the house and you know, do what I gotta do, and I'll come back later and you know, put up the tarp in the tent. So I really appreciate you guys coming along for this little backyard camping. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Please check us out on Facebook, Muddy Tiger Outdoor. Please don't forget to share the video, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.